Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about ideating. So how do you come up with ideas that gets millions of views? How do you come up with ideas that help to drive sales through social media? This is something that a lot of business owners grapple with. This is something that I myself had problems with when I first started out social media content. I had no idea how to actually come up with ideas. I had no idea how to come up with good ideas, right? More specifically, I came up with a lot of ideas. They were all really lousy. And I had this trouble, like how do I actually come up with unlimited ideas for content? And this is the exact way that we have helped us and our clients continuously come up with ideas. Many of those ideas have gone super viral in the hundreds of thousands, even million view mark. And this is the exact way that we help them run their organic pages, help them grow thousands of followers, and also help them to run their ads that are performing much better than the average industry cost. So I'm going to be running through this. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys take away something. Let's get to it. So again, this course is about how to come up with unlimited ideas that increase your potential, right? I say potential because there's no such thing as a guarantee, but increase the potential for virality and, more importantly, conversions. This course is really for you if you think you don't have any good ideas, your videos only get 100 views or less. Sometimes I would even say 1,000 views or less. This is still going to help you. Our videos get, up to 100,000, even had a million view video. So this is really going to be teaching you exactly how to do that. You don't want to dance, but you still want to go viral. Or you want ideas that can actually bring you business. So let me just start with this case of why we should actually aim for high viewership, right? A lot of people say that going viral is not important, going viral should not be the goal. And I completely agree. Like going viral in itself, just by itself, just for the sake of it, is really not the answer. And I'm going to be sharing with you some examples of why that's the case. But at the same time, it is very important that we still strive for high viewership. I'm going to explain why. And also, like I said, going to explain why it will not solve all your issues. If you think going viral won't actually help your business, let's think of the opposite. I've seen many businesses post nice aesthetic, cinematic content, could be pictures, could be images, images same as pictures, could be posters, could be videos. And these videos may actually, or these content may actually have a budget in the thousands, if not 10,000s. And then they only get 113 views. I've actually seen someone get much less than that before. Out of the 113, to be honest, 13 of them are probably the company staff and, the production team, right? That's like around 13 people. So 100 views remaining that was actually sent out to by the algorithm to the rest of social media world. 100 views, by the way, doesn't even mean 100 people watching. It just means that the video or the content was viewed 100 times. Perhaps even by the 13 people, I don't know. But it could mean that the same people watch it multiple times, and that constitutes the views. But let's assume that 80 unique people have actually watched this video. Do you think all of them would actually buy it? Definitely not. So why is low views a bad thing? Low views is a bad thing because low views equals low chance of getting your business seen by somebody who actually needs it, who actually wants to buy from you. Why would you pay thousands to have 80 people watch the video or take a look at the picture or the poster? It's kind of, to me, an almost guaranteed no ROI. You are just kind of hoping that out of the 80 people possibly that saw, one wants to buy. So then the question you might be asking, okay, then what about the opposite, the thing that I'm trying to push for? Is virality the answer to solve your business's problems? It's not. Okay, so this might be quite confusing, but stick with me. Even if tens of thousands of people watch your video, it doesn't mean that anyone will buy it. Here's why. Going viral, right? Literally going viral means that it appeals to a large group of people. A large group of people are interested in your video. It is entertaining to them. It teaches them something or inspires them. But this is also why videos like a particular gender, I'm not going to name which gender, dancing, when they dance, it often might do well, right? The issue with just chasing virality is this. It doesn't bring you intentional views, right? Which means views from your ideal customer profile. You don't get intentional views from people that actually may end up buying from you because they may just not be your target customer or a customer that will ever be interested in buying your product or your service. So this is how you know whether your audience is your target customer or not. Number one, they have a problem. Number two, they know they have a problem. Some people don't know they have a problem. Number 3, they want to solve it. Number 4, they have the money to solve it. Okay? These are the people that you need to first, your content needs to first be able to reach them. If it doesn't even reach them, if it only reaches 80 people and none of these people that is being reached, right, they don't even have all of these criteria, guess what? There was no point in that content because they will never buy, right? Second thing is, after you reach these people, right? So let's say if I were to do that kind of dancing video and it reaches these people, the problem with the dancing video is that if it has no relevance to whatever you do, they're not going to know the second part, which is that they're not going to know that you have a solution that they need, and they're not going to come to the conclusion that they want you to solve it. So that's the problem, right? If you don't get enough reach, you don't even reach out to the people in the top half. If you get enough reach, but it's just something completely unrelated to whatever you're doing or to whoever you are, they're not going to know that you have the solution. They're not going to know that they want you to solve it. That's really the problem. Okay, so I've already explained this, right? Here's why going viral for the sake of it isn't a good solution. Example, for me, I'm a social media marketing agency owner, and I want to market my business. I want people to know about me, to know about my business. And I think, okay, like I just want to go viral so more people know about me. So therefore I decide to dance on camera, which I believe most of you won't want to watch, but let's assume that you do. I get 1 million views, let's say. But number one, people may not be clicking to my profile. So if they just watch my video of me dancing, all they're going to think is, okay, this guy is either a really good dancer, unlikely. Number 2, they're just going to think, okay, this guy goes on social media because he wants to dance for others. They're never going to have in their mind the fact that I actually help other businesses do social media, right? So the problem here is that they may never know that I do that, and therefore it never occurs in their mind that I need, Marcus to go and solve my problems, right? The second problem is within the video, if I was just dancing, the content has absolutely no relevance. So nobody even knows from this, right? From this video that I do social media marketing for other businesses, and therefore nurturing does not begin, and it adds one more friction point. The friction point is that all that other information that I want them to see is either in my bio, which they have to click into my page to see, or it's in other pieces of content within my bio. So that's the problem, right? So what's the solution then? Within content, you need to solve many sides of the equation within just one piece of content, or within your content strategy, right? So this is what I call the trifecta, okay? You need to find content or a content strategy that's able to achieve these 3 things. Number 1, it needs to be able to serve the widest reach possible, because if you're not doing that, again, your target audience or your potential customers may never even see it. The second thing is that it needs to blend your authority, right? So you need to show what exactly it is you do. You need to show how good you are at it, that kind of thing, right? The third thing that you need to put into this content strategy is really your personality and story. The reason why this is so important is because people like to buy from people, right? If you can create a connection with someone over the camera like this, that is how people are going to eventually want to buy from you. So if possible, you need to achieve the trifecta within your content. The next thing is that, okay, so let me dive into the trifecta, right? So I've already spoken a bit about this, but basically you need reach because content won't help if it never reaches your right audience. You can have, good educational content together with your personality, but if it's boring, nobody wants to watch it, it never reaches your target customer, they will never know about it, right? It's reaching the wrong target customer, okay? Another good thing about having a wider reach is that you reach a large enough audience that they can tell their friends, hey, I know a guy that might be able to solve your problem, and then that's what they do. Okay. Good reach is also an indicator of high retention and engagement. What does this mean? It means that this is actually how the algorithm pushes out your content. They actually look at whether your video, right, whether your video is being watched through the whole thing, and whether your video is being liked and shared and commented and things like that, right? So it means that if your ideal customer profile watches it, it's higher chance that they will also watch the video throughout because it is appealing. But at the same time, you also don't want to put it all on luck, right? You don't want to just have reach and then hope that your target customer knows that you do this, hope that your target customer is nurtured and interested. which is why the content that you put out has to be relevant to you. The next step, after kind of figuring out how to get the widest reach, is to infuse who you are, your personality, your story, your experiences, your thoughts, your values, and finally, after you have done all that, you need to show credibility in your niche as well. You need to let people know exactly what you do and associate you with that service or product. So I'm going to show you some examples instead of babbling so much. Here's some examples we have done for our clients.
Damn, bro, that's a really nice car.
Thanks, bro.
Do you mind if I ask how much you pay for rent in Singapore?
I don't pay for rent in Singapore. I don't live here either. I do have an office upstairs that I bought for about 1.5 million.
1.5 million. Do you mind if I take a look?
Sure, man, dude, let's go.
Right, we're here. Come on in, bro. So how long have you been working here, man?
5 years, bro.
Oh, like as an employee or?
No, I'm the owner of Model Academy.
Oh, that's sick. I'm getting a tour from the boss man himself.
Let's go.
Oh, everyone looks like they're having such a good time.
Yeah, man, dude. It's our Christmas party today, actually.
Oh, is it actually usually this packed?
To be honest, not really. We usually work from home.
Oh, damn. I thought most bosses want their people in.
No, really, honestly speaking, as long as it's done, perfectly fine. Let me show you the meeting room.
Oh man, that looks like such a comfortable chair.
Yeah, dude, I believe you gotta work in comfort, you know.
Oh man, looks like you've won so many awards and you even have a photo with President.
Dude, this was actually an award I was given for being one of the biggest donors for Singapore Aquatics last year. We gave over 6 figures to Singapore Aquatics.
Wait, and I see you even got on the newspaper before?
Yeah, bro. This was a feature this year. I was on Straits Times for giving online, the digital era, philanthropist of sorts, right? This was really, truly a dream come true for me. I've always believed in giving, and I got featured on the newspapers for being one of the most consistent and biggest donors over time to one of the societies I really support, which is Rare Disorder Society Singapore. So welcome to the pantry. Ton of snacks, a microwave oven, everything else, a good stock fridge with a whole bunch of stuff. Welcome to the main higher office. This is our seminar room. So basically, we have in-person events that happen right here. I really, truly believe in community and people coming together to learn and grow together as friends, right? So we have in-person events that happen almost every week, which can host at least about 70, 80 people.
Wow, that's a huge space.
Welcome to the podcast room, bro.
Bro, why is there a piano in the podcast room?
Well, sometimes if I want to de-stress, I'll play some keys.
And how about this?
Dude, I'm a massive Linkin Park fan. I love Linkin Park. I grew up listening to Linkin Park, man. The old one, Chester Bennington for life.
Alright man, so what are your goals for the future?
Dude, honestly, our mission is to empower more people to gain financial intelligence, and we want to help more people become financially free as well.
How many people have you helped achieve this?
Dude, we've helped so many. We've had over 8,000 people come through our programs. One of our goals is to hit 50 people becoming millionaires through investment in the next 1 year.
A million, eh? I think I gotta sign up, man.
Hey, dude, let's go.
And how about your charity work?
Yeah, so that's something that I really, really aspire to do as well. I would love to be able to give more and be able to help more societies that I really believe in, but even more so than that, I want to inspire my students and my community to become bigger givers as well in everything that they do.
I want to get started on my financial freedom journey with you. How do I do so?
Dude, we have an absolutely amazing free event that's happening.
Okay, so you can see how that is being infused, right? So let's start with how this incorporates the greatest reach possible, right? So first of all, let's start with the intro. The intro, what we show is really like something that appeals to a wide range of people, right? It appeals to people who like cars. Definitely it's a pretty beautiful car, so people would definitely be intrigued. And I would say, like, definitely not everyone likes cars, but I think a good number of people like cars, a good number of a variety of people like cars, right? Even if you don't like cars, you would probably look at this car and think, okay, like I'm intrigued, right? The second thing, sorry, the second thing is really like the question, right? How much do you pay for rent? That's a universal question. It's not something that only certain people will care about, right? And he paid 1.5 million for his property. That's kind of the reason why people will be intrigued by it. So that's how to get biggest reach, right? Second thing would be, there's more examples inside, right? Like for example, there's just more examples inside, but that's basically like some examples of getting as wide reach as possible. Okay. Next one would be, infusing his personality. How do we do that? Basically, the first thing is introducing certain elements, right? We introduced, that he's a Linkin Park fan, right? That he's like a super chill guy, sitting on the chair, right? We don't necessarily need to say all that. The way that we say it is also intentional, right? Calling him boss man, we want to create like less distance between the CEO of a company and, who the person is watching. So we use like words like boss man, use yo dude, that kind of thing, right? So infusing parts of his personality also helps a lot, right? It also shows in the fact that, we talk about him being a leader that doesn't need his employees in the office, right? Those are some things that people can resonate with. Those are some things that people would find cool. So that's the second part. The third part would be very much so authority, right? So how do we showcase his authority? Well, the fact that he has 8,000 people joining his course, the fact that, he gives a lot to charity. He knows the president and things like that, right? The fact that he spent 1.5 million on this property as well. So that's kind of how we infused it into this idea, and it got, I think it's right now at about 20,000 views or so. They are running it as ads. I heard is doing quite well as well.
Excuse me, how much do you...
So I'm going to show you another example. This is for a different client, but the same idea. Notice that's the same idea.
Excuse me, how much do you pay for rent in Singapore?
Around.
Can I have a tour?
Sure, come around, it's a sick list. So this is what I pay for.
Whoa, you stay here?
No, I work here.
What's this?
It's a gym, and we have a retail space on the second level.
A gym in a shop house?
Yes, it's got the strength card.
So you work here?
No, I actually run the place.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, come, let me show you around.
Oh, this place is so colorful.
Yes, these are calibrator plates, and we also have bumper plates.
Oh, what's the difference?
The difference is not that big, but we like to give members a choice. So here we have the squat racks.
Is this to get a big booty?
I guess so. So here we have the free weights area, and we have dumbbells ranging from 1 kilo all the way to 50 kilos.
I can't lift this one.
Oh, don't worry, if you join our classes, soon you'll be able to. So these are our free weights area.
What's the difference?
We use it in tandem with our free weights training.
Wow, there's even sunlight shining through.
Yeah, gotta get the vitamin D. So let's go up to the second level.
That's such a beautiful staircase.
Yeah, it is, and we love it.
Why are these pictures so old?
Yeah, these are pictures of all of our coaches over the years, and it's good to reminisce.
Oh wow, there's so much stuff here.
Yes, this is where we sell our merch.
Oh, are these basketball shoes?
No, these are actually squat shoes. People can use it either for squats or Olympic weightlifting.
So what's the difference compared to normal shoes?
As you can see, it has an elevated heel. It allows you to hit the position better, easier.
What are these weirdly shaped shoes?
These are actually zero drop barefoot shoes. They allow you to be in a shoe but feel as close to being barefooted. Apart from these, we also have barefoot shoes for the gym specifically.
So what are these things?
These are what we call performance mouthpieces. We use them for training, and we also have the recovery mouthpieces where we use them for sleep and recovery.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what about this area?
Cannot read me? Oh, just joking lah. This one is our staff room, so it's where our coaches get to rest, and we also do some admin work.
What does this sign mean?
This is actually a sign that was did by one of our members. It's supposed to mean pain today, strength tomorrow, but people always say it reads pain, strength today, tomorrow.
This is such a sick place.
Thanks.
What are your goals for the future?
Our goal is to make strength training easy for everyone. If you want to get started on strength training, please DM us and we can get in touch.
Excuse me.
Yep. So you can see how maybe think about it, like how does that infuse all three, right? Yeah, maybe pause the video here, go think about it. Yeah, but if you have done that, I'm going to explain to you. So reach, I'm sure you guys know. In this case, reach is kind of getting the widest reach is a few things, right? Number one, the question, right? Like I said. Number two, some of the leading questions at the front, talking about, oh wow, a gym in a shop house, like that's kind of an interesting question, right? Kind of an interesting thing to think about. Next thing, obviously, there's a pretty good looking guy. The owner is pretty good looking, so that obviously attracts attention as well. Well-lit area, kind of like in a pretty cool place at Joo Chiat with the background of the old vintage shop houses. We purposely chose to shoot it there because we wanted people to think that it was asking about how much do you pay for rent in those shop houses. Personality, right? We purposely asked him certain questions like, is this the squat rack? Is this to get a big booty? Purposely use the vitamin D kind of thing. I mean, there's literally no point, just to kind of joke around. Things like, beautiful staircase, right? I think that's like something that is interesting to people, but also like showcases the personality of the place. And lastly, like the authority, right? So the authority would be things like, the fact that they have very old pictures. So they have been doing this for a long time. The fact that they're selling products that they know what it's talking about. Authority could also be the different parts of the gym, right? Obviously said in an interesting way. And lastly, back to like storytelling, or back to like, who you are. That was kind of shown when he talked about the staff area, kind of shown when he talked about the writing of the wall. So these are all things that we had scripted. I mean, we had honestly scripted it on the spot, but this video did pretty well, I think, about 6-figure kind of views now. Purely organic, and also run as ads. Okay, so how do you even come up with these ideas? Like this was a question that I did not have the answer to when I first started. And I'm going to show you some quotes that I hope will explain to you my thought process, right? So this is not what I think. This is what, for example, it seems to be attributed to Pablo Picasso. He says, good artists copy, great artists steal. Okay, maybe you see where I'm leading into this. Imitation is not just the sincerest form of flattery, it's the sincerest form of learning, right? So as someone who's a creator, I'm learning from people who already know what they're doing. I'm learning from people who are good at their craft, and therefore I just copy, right? But the difference is this, right? As Steve Jobs says, creativity is connecting things, right? So you can't just copy wholesale. You need to connect things together, right? You need to connect the trifecta. You need to connect the actual place, you need to connect the actual story, the actual background of these persons. These are things that you need to connect. Okay, so I'm going to show you where I got the idea from.
$36,000 a month. Is there any chance I can... Right here, $36,000 a month. Is there any chance I can take a look? Yeah.
Come on in. I don't actually live here, by the way. This is just my startup's office. This is the main office right here. These views are absolutely sick.
This is insane.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. Here's some of the team
Hi.
working. This here is one of my favorite parts, which is the fridge. And then our favorite flex, all the possible snacks you want. And this is Billy, our office dog. Down Kyle. And this here is the first sick view of the place, which we absolutely love. The commotion, the energy, and we get to be front row to all of it with also this incredible beach view. This is our second unit here, where we've got a full content room. Hi! And my favorite part of this whole office is actually these plaques here, which are different plaques of our customers who are all different creators who started from nothing and built their dreams and have made over $1 million online. And this is the second unit here. This here's a meeting room, bothering the team. This here is the conference room.
This conference room is kind of small for the office, though, don't you think?
Yeah, it's because we have another big conference room upstairs.
Okay, let's check it out.
This here is the second main conference room where we can fit about 25 people right here. We have a phone booth room where we can take a bunch of calls. Very proud of how much ventilation and also how much soundproofing there is. This is the funniest part of the entire office, which is this bathtub. We also turned this bathroom into a wellness area as well, but I prefer this instead. The best part of this entire unit is actually the rooftop. We've got this whole section here where you can work because you get to see the entire ocean here, and it is just a dream to be out here. And I personally come up here all the time because I just love enjoying my coffee up here, seeing the view, and just taking it all in.
How are you able to afford something like this?
It's pretty crazy, right? Growing up, I used to walk streets like these and look up at these buildings and be like, who actually gets to afford living in a place like this? This actually all came out of me starting a company, out of creating content online and building a business out of it. And it's a really beautiful physical manifestation of what can happen if you just work really, really hard and never give up and try to actually go out there and build your dream.
Wait, so how can I get a job here?
So the company's called Stand, and our mission is really simple. It's to empower anyone to get to work for themselves. And so if you are interested in that mission, you can apply for a role anytime.
All right, so you guys can see, again, like, take some time, think about it. But if you have already done that, you can see kind of how this was our inspiration, right? This is the inspiration for our videos that we did for our clients. As you can see, he really leads in with a interesting hook, right? What we call a hook, which would get a wide range of people interested. Number one, how much do you pay for rent? That's a question everyone asks. Number two, it's interesting because the property looks interesting. And number three, like, people like house tours. People like to see how other people live, how other people kind of work. In terms of story, right, he talks about how he was once like roaming the streets, kind of looking up. He gives a personality, right, a personality preview. He lies in the bathtub, that kind of thing, right? So people get to see how it's like there. Authority, obviously, number one, he can afford an office like this. The second thing is that, he talks about what he does. He talks about the fact that there's content teams, the fact that there's 25 people capacity. Those are things that subtly give you authority, but they're not just like saying it, right? So it's important to know that copying is not the same as plagiarism. Plagiarism is if I took his video, said his exact lines, dressed up as him, did the exact same thing. That's plagiarism. And why plagiarism doesn't work is because people can see through that you're fraud, right? Copying, on the other hand, right, is mainly about how are you going to adapt it to your own niche, to your own story, right? So you need to infuse your own nuance. And ideas are just the beginning, right? Yet they're so important. If you don't have good ideas, you just don't have anything, right? You can have the best film crew, you can have the best script writers, but we have tried this, right? It doesn't work. So here are the exact steps that you can use today to start coming up with good ideas. Firstly, dumbest thing I always say, scroll on TikTok and IG, right? Go and save, go and like, go and share to your team, right? Ideas that you guys want to try out, right? Find videos in and out of your niche. So you don't have to, go to TikTok, IG, only look at, like, if you're a gym, you only look at gym content. You don't have to do that. I mean, this guy is not someone that owns a gym, right? But we adapted that idea into the gym niche, right? You need to find ideas that you like. That's very important, right? You firstly have to like it. And secondly, that you can envision adapting to yourself. If there's no way that you can envision adapting to yourself, then there's no point doing it. And preferably, they should be viral. So what do I mean, and how, and to what extent? If possible, above 500,000 views, right? The truth of the matter is that you're probably not going to hit 500,000, even if you find a 500,000 view video. A lot of reasons for this. Number one, usually the first person that does the video is the winner, right? It's going to have the highest views. It's just the nature of the things because it's new, it's something bold, people want to watch it, right? Secondly, it really depends on like your geographical location, right? So where I'm from, Singapore, pretty small location. it tends to be hard to kind of get as many views. The reason is because of the way we sound, the way we look, and all these kinds of things are much less relatable and much less, I guess, maybe attractive to people living overseas, which have a bigger geographical size and also like bigger population. Okay. Preferably, if you can find videos that are above 1 million views, that's the best, with tons of engagement. And after you found those, after you found videos or content pieces that you like, that are viral, that have a lot of engagement, that you can think of ideas of how to adapt, then comes the different aspect of content creation, right? There's going to be the scripting, right? There's going to be the shooting, and there's going to be the editing. But at least you have the first step covered, how to get good ideas. And remember that good ideas are the foundation, right? Without good ideas, no amount of production can save you. So there's two ways you can go about doing this now that you understand my ideation process. The first way is you hire my agency to help you with this exact same ideation process, and we'll help you with the other things as well, the scripting, the shooting, and the editing, right? We'll also help you to run ads if you want. The other way that you can do is to comment scripting, and I'll teach you the next step of this content creation process. I haven't filmed it yet, but when it's out, or maybe by this time, it will already be out, right? So just comment scripting, I'll send you the exact link to the tutorial for how to script videos. Number 3, follow us, because we're going to be releasing more videos like this, teaching you in depth exactly how to go about creating content for your business or if you're a personal creator. So follow us, make sure that you are notified whenever a new tutorial is released. I know these tutorials are very, very low kind of effort, but it's basically what I wish I had when I first started. You can also follow my personal Instagram. It's marcus.restive. Make sure you spell Marcus with a K. I post like some educational stuff there, and any updates with regards to the channel, with regards to what we're doing, I'll be posting there. I try to post like relatable content for business owners and for creators as well. So if that is you, do remember to give me a follow. All right, so that's it for the ideation series. I hope that you found it useful, and I will definitely be looking forward to the next one. Again, I wish I had all this information when I started, giving it all away to you for free now, because I want to help as many people as possible. I want to help as many businesses as possible. In actual fact, all this is just theory. It's really about the execution, right? So if you want to try this on your own, go for it. If not, you can always look for our agency to help you with that.